Restoration Notice and Order. Preamble. This notice and order must be served, as all other reasonable and lawful means of peaceful recovery have been removed and concealed from me by agents acting under color on the behalf of these fictions of law. These agents have lost control of their fiction, lost their sanity, and now cannot even act in their own best interest. The people of this planet are guaranteed due process of natural law. The people of this planet are guaranteed remedy and recourse to any and all fictions of law, and the power to return themselves to their natural base state when they choose to remedy their ignorance. The people of this earth now exist in a state of confusion, insanity, and ignorance of natural law. The time has come for all that to change. Restoration, Notice, and Order. This notice and order applies to the following list of lawful respondents. Respondent name, Respondent office. Barack Hussein Obama II, President of the United States of America. Joseph Robinette Biden, Jr., President of the Senate of the United States of America. John Andrew Boehner, Speaker of the House of Representatives of the United States of America. John Glover Roberts, Jr., Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States of America. Hillary Diane Rodham Clinton, Secretary of State of the United States of America. Timothy Franz Geithner, Secretary of the Treasury of the United States of America. Leon Edward Panetta, Secretary of Defense of the United States of America. Martin E. Dempsey, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. Eric Himpton Holder, Jr., Attorney General of the United States of America. Patrick R. Donahoe, Postmaster General of the United States of America. James Richard Perry, Governor of the State of Texas. David Dewhurst, Lieutenant Governor of the State of Texas. Joseph R. Strauss III, Speaker of the House of the Representatives of the State of Texas. Thomas R. Phillips, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the State of Texas. Dan A. Gaddis, County Judge of Williamson County of the State of Texas. Lisa Berkman, County Commissioner of Precinct 1 of Williamson County of the State of Texas. Cynthia Long, County Commissioner of Precinct 2 of Williamson County of the State of Texas. Valerie Covey, County Commissioner of Precinct 3 of Williamson County of the State of Texas. Ron Morrison, County Commissioner of Precinct 4 of Williamson County of the State of Texas. John Bradley, District Attorney of Williamson County of the State of Texas. James Wilson, Sheriff of Williamson County of the State of Texas. Ben Shalom Bernanke, Chairman of the Federal Reserve. The aforementioned people are recognized as real men and women under natural law, and not as their respective fictional offices, and are indicated in this notice and order by the term respondent. The one serving this notice and order exists in complete alignment with natural law, thus exists in perpetual and limitless gratitude and forgiveness, and is known in this document through the use of personal pronouns and the name of the body at the end of this document. This notice and order is not known as anything other than a cordial and necessary execution of natural law and of a matter of lawful timing. This notice and order is known as not being a threat or outrage in any way, shape, or form, and is offered to the respondent in grace and defers to the respondent's inherent lawful nature. No overt or covert act of violence, malice, or ill-tempered nature will be tolerated, and is not and will not be perpetrated by me under any circumstances other than my complete forgiveness for any act perpetrated against me according to natural law. I know that I, as well as the respondent, have no choice but to comply with natural law. This document serves as notice to the respondent that action taken by agents serving within fictions of law, operating in my proximity on behalf of the entities the respondent serves, have exposed the respondent to consequences of an uncomfortable lawful nature that have, until now, been reserved pending notification to allow the respondent the choice of avoiding these uncomfortable lawful consequences. It is now known by the respondent that this notice and order is served by one among you with the competent lawful authority and power to do so, and that I am now known to exist without any jurisdiction other than my base state and nature, and free of all contract, colorable or otherwise, and therefore cannot be compelled into any infringement or encumbrance. I am happy to remedy any who are ignorant of the law, when convenient, and when cordially requested to do so. It is now known that any respondent who does question the authority of the one serving this notice and order is now rendered incompetent, disqualifies him or herself from any official duty, and loses all right to perceive property according to natural law. Any one of the named respondents is required to expose all remaining respondents to the content of this notice and order. The respondent is required to discreetly expose all supervisors and subordinates to the content of this notice and order that is not limited to Her Majesty, the Queen of England, the Sovereign of the Holy Roman Church, the Chairman of the Board of Directors of the United States of America, such that my rights and freedoms are not in any way impinged, infringed, or encumbered, and as not to create injury or outrage among the confused and incompetent. A failure of any one respondent to meet this duty will be subject to the wrath of all other named respondents. As a result of agents acting on the behalf of fictions of law, I exist now denied of lawful remedy and recourse to establish fictions of law, and denied due process of law. I exist now denied the means of my own sustenance. Begging my thief to return what is mine does not constitute reasonable recourse under natural law. This breach is due solely to my existing in strict alignment to natural law under strict liability. My experience has been valuable and necessary, and has returned me to a state of sanity and competence. Thus far, I have been unable to reasonably communicate my competence within the channels provided by the fictions of law to those agents acting on behalf of those fictions of law. As I abide natural law, I know the value and necessity of the existence of fiction for those who willfully resist the natural law, as that renders one purposefully ignorant of the natural law. I cannot stand against this lawful affliction that the confused have brought upon themselves, nor is it my intention to do so in the future in any way, shape, or form. To that end, this notice and order provides the means to remedy the current breach, and provides for the continuance of the lawful foundation upon which the fictions of law that exist and operate in my proximity are empowered, such that they may remain in alignment to natural law without uncomfortable consequences executed against those required to serve in an office of fiction.